Hey friends, welcome. My name is Dave. Good to have you here. Now, doing videos of fragrance is like doing videos of food. You're trying to tell people how good the food tastes just by looking at the videos, which is impossible. Now, with food, you could kind of show them how it is cooked, right? You could show them how beautiful the ingredients are. You could show them the step by step. You could show how people react after they, put the food in their mouth, right? Maybe you could put a cute girl there or something, or beautiful scenery. Well, for fragrance, it's kind of like that, except you're not able to show the ingredients. You're not able to show how good the food tastes, except you just have the little bottle. Now, when the bottle doesn't look as good like this one because it has been out for a while, and they're trying to save you money by giving you a relatively pretty simple bottle. So that in itself is points deducted. Okay, this is much harder than showing food. So I guess, this is one of those times when I really enjoy this fragrance. I cannot figure out how to convey that to you guys. Especially, this is, for me, the easiest way to explain is a level 2 fragrance. Meaning, first, level 1, it's going to be your mass appealing where you don't have to think about, right? No brainer. You spray it, people will enjoy it, or at worst, they will think it's okay. They will not hate it. All right, because the notes are very easygoing, very safe notes. All right, now level 2 will be fragrances that's going to require a bit of an experience, maybe, because either it is more of a classier scent. Okay, some people might say outdated, but I don't think it's outdated. Outdated means it's no longer relevant. But fragrances that's in the second category, especially in the vintage classic category, they are still good. Okay, just because less people is enjoying them does not mean they're outdated. So that's how I define it. Now with this one, I'm turning the back to you, so you will not see the name. Most times when people see the name, the brand, they have a negative connotation, right? Oh, that's one of those oldies or whatever. Okay, so I turned it back first, and I already sprayed it on before the video, and it's already coming out very beautifully. So it is a cheapie, just give you a positive. It is a cheapie, and the second positive is a goodie. All right. Now the third thing is, depending on how you look at it, is more of a classic. All right. So if you're in level 1, you might want to say, okay, if you want to broaden your horizon a little bit, you might try level 2. This is a very nice one to try. Just bear in mind that it is a classic. It came out in 1984. I wish I didn't have to tell you that, because already you have another bad connotation to how it smells. But it is good though. Here's the thing. When I first sprayed it, okay, let me just go ahead and show the notes first, okay? You're going to get that lemon. Now they tell you it's Amalfi lemon. You don't know what that means, but it's just, Amalfi, just lemon, all right? This is going to be bergamot, fresh lavender, but you're also going to get sweetness from nutmeg, which is pleasant enough, easy enough. And then you're going to get some jasmine, clary sage, lily of the valley, carnation, fir, vetiver, cedar, tonka bean, some oak moss. So when I read you a lot of notes, you probably know that, okay, it's one of those classics, because they tend to give you a lot of notes in hopes that if you enjoy some of the notes that I just read, that you might just go for it. Okay, I'm guessing that's what their marketing department is thinking, right? Nowadays they give you as less as possible. Maybe they're trying to go the reverse trend. Maybe they think people don't care, but like enthusiasts like me, I absolutely care. I want more information. I want you be able to lead me somewhere by giving me more ingredients instead of just telling me it's blue, right? It's C notes, it's floral notes. So yeah, I do like more information for this hobby, because I take it as a hobby. So those of you that it's not really a hobby for you, you just want to see what is good out there, what people will like. I understand, it's cool. But for me, I want to dig into it. Now, what is coming out the most is for sure those citrusy lemon and these fresh vetiver and the fir note. Now, fir basically just spicy, green, a little bit fresh. Okay, just think of it as a grain note. It's not as piney like pine. Okay, but the nutmeg sweetness is coming. So you could try to imagine that freshness with the greenness and that little bit of a sweetness all combined together. That's what you're getting, but a little bit of a classic scent. Now, for sure, it's not an old man smell. Okay, now if you want to look at it that way, okay, this, yeah, I guess you stick to that, but not necessarily though. I'm not that old, but I don't think this is an old man's scent. Now, what does it smell closest to? Well, I was looking through my collection, and some of them that I came out with is, this one is Dior Eau Sauvage. It's not the Johnny Depp Dior Sauvage, but this is the more of a gentlemanly or more of a classic one. Okay, this is Eau Sauvage, Water of Sauvage. It's also a little bit similar to Oscar for Men from Oscar de la Renta. What happened for me was I wore a few times and I thought it was okay. The lemon, the classics, the typical, all right. So I was okay. It was like level 6 out of 10 for me. So I didn't really bother with it. But then I found myself reaching more and more for it. And then 2 days ago when I sprayed it, I thought, wait a second, I'm picking up something else that's really great. And it happened to be the tobacco notes. So I went online and checked out, and there was not listed of tobacco notes. So I think it's coming from the oak moss, the combination, the oak moss, the fresh vetiver, and the fir note. That's making a vibe of tobacco. Tobacco in the beginning is a fresh tobacco leaf, and then later on it turns into a tobacco, a little bit warmer type of tobacco. And I absolutely get that. Now, single time I sprayed it afterwards, I'll pick that up and I love it. Now, I'm showing you the name now. Dunhill Edition. So since you already know it's a classical type of scent, there's nothing to hide anymore. You're already going to have your mind made up whether you're going to like it or not. And that is too bad. One of the reasons why I like to try different things is I like to be surprised, right? If I'm not used to it, unless it's really disgusting to me, okay, unless I just cannot take it, unless I just have a super, super bad vibe about something, then okay, I'll let it go for now. But mostly, when it's hard to take, I'm kind of intrigued. I'm going to give it more chances. Seriously. The bottle itself is pretty classic. Nothing special about it, which is fine because this is like a $20 fragrance, okay? I don't mind them giving me good juice and save money on the bottle. As long as atomizer, the sprayer is good. This one is absolutely decent. Even though it's one of those cheaper type of cap, you can see right there, you can see the marking of the cap. So that's a telltale sign of a cheaper atomizer, but it's perfectly good, the atomizer, okay? I did bought some atomizer that's terrible for cheapie. This one is perfectly good. Dunhill, they're a classic house. They have a lot of good classic scents. Recently, they have give us some pretty good, more of a modern take on fragrance. I appreciate that, but I did not forget about their classic scents. Okay, there's a couple bottles from this house that's older, classic that I really enjoy, and this is one of them. This I grew from 6 out of 10, but now I discovered the tobacco note. Now it's an 8 out of 10. This is how much I enjoyed it. To be honest, this morning I sprayed it when it was a bit cool, and I loved it. I was going to give it an out of 10, and I was going to do a video on it, and later I thought, wait, I should not be so jump the gun and just be so hyped and then just blow it up and then tell you guys how super great it is, because I need to calm down a little bit. I think we all, it all happen to us, right? Where we'll be super psyched about something, and later on when we're a little bit cool, then we calm down a bit. So that's the case. I have to calm myself down, or else you're going to rush it and you might go and pick it up and say, Dave said it's good, it's great. I make it sound like it's the best thing, to happen after sliced bread. But it might not be the case for you, all right? But to be honest, I love it. I mean, I'll give it 8.5 out of 10. The more I'm smelling, the higher the rating is going. But, I don't want to hype it because everybody's going to have different tastes, right? So just know what it is. It's a classical type of scent. It is going to remind you a bit of the past. However, it's not one of those oak moss powerhouse. No. What I'm actually getting a lot is the combination of the fresh citrus with the fresh vetiver and little and the fir, the green fir, and a bit of a nutmeg with the oak moss playing as a you could say, yeah, just a slight bit behind. While you have a lot of stuff like the lavender, clearaceae, carnation, amber, jasmine, all this stuff in the background, which I appreciate. I like a lot of notes. I like a lot of ingredients because at different times I'll pick up different nuances, and that's how I was very funny to me how I did not pick up the tobacco until now. Tobacco is one of my favorite scents, and yet I did not pick it up until few experiences later. That's part of the fun about fragrances. When you spray at different times, you pick up different things, and no matter if you experience or not, right? And I like that surprise. It's cool. It's awesome. For $20-some, it's a no-brainer for me. If you're a level 2, it should be a no-brainer for you. If you enjoy the classics, it's absolutely a no-brainer. Yeah, this is a nice one. The longevity is very decent. I'm looking at this half a day, no problem. I sprayed it this morning on my hand. I could still smell it as a skin scent. I just freshly sprayed it just now. I mean, it definitely lasts me until, nighttime. So, yeah, half a day, no problem. As far as age, yeah, 25 and up for sure. You gotta have some experience at least. You gotta appreciate the classics. Now, man and woman, this is more masculine. So do it as you please. All right. With that said, it's not super unique. Like I said, it has some resemblance to the good fragrances of the past. It's just a bit classic. Okay. So, but to my opinion, it's not outdated. All right. With that said, do not look down on it just because it's a cheapie. It's a great find, I think. So with that said, I hope that is helpful though. Any question, let me know. As always, thumbs up, subscribe, all these good things. I really appreciate you. Thank you.